What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? This is I, James, and Courtney. RedemptionAgency.com, 22 years selling on eBay. And I think we've finally realized what hell feels like. So eBay finally admitted, if you haven't seen my post, finally admitted to one of the problems I've been having for months. And holy crap. So, where the hell do I begin? Well, let's start with Thursday night, because whatever they did Thursday night totally changed everything. Totally messed up the site, started causing problems, and just totally eliminated sales. Thursday, I had $948. Friday, $440. Saturday, $368. Sunday, $180. Now, I have over $2 million worth of merchandise listed across 10 eBay sites. $180. But it's my items, right? It's my items. It's because nobody wants my items, right? So to be fair, I did at about 5:30 last night, I cut off my sales, I cut off my promotions. Because at 5:30 last night, I was at $160. $169. So I'm like, if I'm not even going to crack $200 today, why am I giving eBay this money, right, et cetera, et cetera? Well, I've got to try to get as much money out of each item that can sell that I can. So I just cut off my promotions, cut off my sales. Because between 240 yesterday and 555, let me just rephrase that. Since 2:40 p.m. yesterday, I've sold 4 items. That's about 19 hours. 4 items in 19 hours. Before that, of course, I wasn't doing much better. So at 2:41 to 5:30, about 3 hours, I had nothing. And that's when I cut everything off. As soon as I cut everything off, I got the one sale. And then total silence till 1:47 a.m., then 3:40 a.m., and then 7 a.m. We're at 9:40 a.m. now and nothing. So, what I did do today is I went in and I saw that yesterday when I shut it all off and stuff and was playing with it, I saw that they updated the whole promotions area. And it's fitting. Everything's messed up. Everything's changed. So this morning I went in to mess with the promotions and I turned them back on, but I went a different route. Like there's more options now to choose from. So I went a different route. I'm sure probably the same outcome, you get to the same destination. But I clicked on one of the other options and did it that way, but it was pretty much the same thing. So I doubt that's going to do anything, but eBay finally admitted to an issue. I've been saying there's been a offer issue for quite a while now. If you watch my videos, you've heard me probably say it many times. And they finally admitted to it yesterday. And I'll read the quote. Let me go into my YouTube comments here. So if you didn't see the post. All right, the email is to let you know about the site issues that we have talked on our call regarding not being able to send offers, or that you're send offers, but buyers are not able to receive them. That's the biggest problem right there. There's a communication between, for some reason, sellers are not sending as many offers, and I I used to sell 5 items when I send offers to every 50 for every 50 offers I sent. Now you may think 50 offers is a lot, but that's my morning. I probably send 50 offers 4 times a day to watchers. And I used to average about 3 sales per push out. IT department is already aware of this issue and working on it. Thanks, eBay. So, if they're finally admitting to an issue that's been going on for months, and we've known about it, you know, all these other issues. I mean, what else can you say? eBay is, at this time, is just a train wreck. And I don't know why this light is so glary today. I never noticed it before. It is glaring like a mofo today. And it's annoying my eyeballs watching this. But I mean, what else can you really say? I mean, there's really... These are the reasons I don't think the changes are permanent, per se. Permanent meaning that they weren't intentionally done. I think the fact that it is extremely hard to get sales like we did last year, the year before, 20 years before, is being done out of ignorance, not intentional, honestly. From all the articles I've read, from the interviews I've read and seen, to what they're trying to do to the site, the whole change it, we'll figure it out later routine, which was the vibe. And I can't remember if some of those were direct quotes or not now, because it's been a while since I've seen the videos or read the articles. But that's the way I pulled it, no matter if it was intentionally or the workaround saying it, is change it, we'll figure it out later. Well, we're at the point now where changing it and figuring out later has cost me a day of sales lower. I'm going to have to, I need to pull out my books today and go back and see when's the last day I had an under $200 day? Because I guarantee you it was 15 plus years ago easily. And that's pretty sad. We're in at the end, we're in fourth quarter of 2023. And I just had my lowest sales day on eBay probably in 15 plus years, but I've had more items than I ever had before. And this is 2 days off of a $950 day. So whatever they did Thursday, totally killed it. From what I remember in other fall updates in October's, it usually takes about a week, at least in the past. It might be a whole nother situation now. But in the past, it used to take about a week before things got back to to the norm. So I mean, I'm just dumbfounded. I'm just left like, how can a billion-dollar company whose sole purpose is to be running a website and they can't properly run a website? How some people are still holding their jobs is way beyond. Now I understand why some of the techs or the IT people left. What I was told, like one of the top IT people left because he didn't want to deal with this crap anymore. So let's see what you guys are saying. Affecting my eBay store too. I have 2 and very low sales. Oh yeah, and just in case you didn't see the other video, the search is messed up. I tried searching things and it's not coming up in search unless you put the whole title in. This light is aggravating me today. Unless you put the whole title in. If you put anything other, it's not coming up at all. Beyond that, I don't know. It's looking like the search engine is a major issue since they started the upgrades. eBay is now trying to simply the items specifics because they're complicating things. Yeah, honestly, I think they learned that kind of with this whole thing that's happened to me, where counterfeit items are being struck against that are not counterfeit. I think that made them go, stop. And now they're trying to eliminate some item specifics because this AI, this Cassini or whatever the hell it is they're using to try to crawl the website manually or automatically. It's got so many variables that it can't properly produce the results. They screwed up the international shipping program. eBay has come out and said they are disappointed in the amount of sellers using the program. It's killed the international sales. I have a feeling that Q4 is going to be rough and a lot of sellers that will be going out of business. Yeah, and I don't use the international thing because I sell internationally myself, and it's a lot cheaper for the consumer for me to do it. For them to go through eBay, I think they're paying like an extra $5+ for the item. And that within itself will lower the amount of customers. It's about trying to save the customer that extra $1, not charging them extra $5, So it's not a good program. It's just not. And then you put on top of that all the issues that they didn't tell us about. Thankfully, I knew about most of them, but I didn't go in anyway. But with like things being viraled off the international sites that are okay to sell in the U.S. There's been so much confusion and chaos caused by most of these changes that this eBay has made. And I am so looking forward to the next quarter numbers. So looking forward to it. If we don't see the eBay stock take like an all-time hit and an all-time low, I'll be very surprised on this next quarter. Hey guys, have you watched this video yet? This eBay hack will change the way you list forever by Rachel Strickland. I have not watched it. Somebody says, yes, complete nonsense. First of all, the items, the specifics literally have for years told you how many searches each specific has had, which means obviously they have been searchable. No new secret. Yeah. It looks like Rachel made a smart decision, a YouTube smart decision. She's going back to basics, and her videos are blowing up. So she's going back to, from at least the titles and the thumbnails I've seen. I haven't really watched any of the videos. It looks like she's going back to basics and stating obvious stuff that, or maybe even not so obvious stuff that, obvious to me, but the not so obvious to apparently the watchers. And it's skyrocketed her channel. So for that, she's made a great decision on, and that's honestly what I've been a hurdle I've been trying to get over, because I don't want to go back to basics. I don't want to repeat things I've said, and even though I know I've got to, because there's so many users, new watchers. And so that's one of the struggles I've been struggling with my YouTube channel, is how do I go about that? Because I remember saying on one where I might title it Back to Basics, just so that if you've watched my videos, you don't have to waste your time watching something like that if you already know. Because it's a smart YouTube decision on her part, for sure, to do that. I didn't bend the knee for promoted listings fees, and it cost me. It feels like impossible to get organic sales right now. Yeah, so overnight, I had two sales today. So after 2 a.m., one was organic and one was promoted. A couple of sales from yesterday, they were promoted. So since I've turned it off at 5:30 p.m. last night, I've had one organic sale. So I noticed the sale thing too. Some are being showed with the percentage and others nothing. Yes, that was another site issue that's been going on. God, why is this glaring today? It's so annoying. Still. Good Lord. What a pain. That the sale stuff, I have to talk close like this. The sale stuff is all jacked up. I haven't turned my sales back on yet. So I'm going to kind of wait till midday, see how this new promotion. Does this annoy you guys as much as it's annoying me today? I'll stand back here and talk. What is going on? Sorry about this glare, guys. I don't know what's caused it. Why? Let me try something. I don't think that's going to matter because these are on a different thing, so I don't know why they're glaring today. I'm averaging one sale a day over the last 3 days. I normally ship 15 to 20 minimum on Monday. Yeah, it seems like the big change was Thursday night. Whatever they did Thursday night is what has... I mean, the site was already messed up. And I was already tanking lower than I should be by far. But whatever happened Thursday just took it down a whole nother level. We are in the depths of hell right now. Well, at least now he's got us laughing. Somebody responding to an old short. Could be an economic issue. Okay. One more comment, please. A friend took me to dinner yesterday at a steakhouse. The place was packed and many people were waiting for a table. I thought, no way eBay can blame the economy. Yeah, and that's what I've been saying. Economy's going to have a little bit to do with it. 10%-ish. You know. But yeah, look at, if people were hurting, there would not be a line 4 times around Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean? For paying for overpriced, overrated food. I mean, people would be shopping at the dollar store for their food, right? And I'm not saying there aren't people in that situation now, but I'm just saying it's not as widespread yet as some want to make you believe. So the statement before could be the economy. People are loading up in debt and interest rates are high. Interest rates are really high. That's the one reason I am not buying a car right now. I was looking at one, they wanted 8% financing on my car. I'm like, are you nuts? I'm not buying a car at 8%. If I don't get 3 or lower, I don't buy a car, period. My credit score is 850. You think I'm going to pay 8% for a car loan? No. I would, if I had no car or my car's broke down, I would take $10, $15 cash and go buy a beater until the rates came down before I would do 8% on a car loan. You are crazy. Crazy. I don't really think it has anything to do with the economy at all. I won't say anything. I'll say a little. But very little right now. Now, will that change? I mean, I'm not saying fourth quarter spending habits are going to be like they were during COVID year. Clearly not. Or probably even last year. It's probably still going to be, like I said, I think about a 10% thing there, hit there. Why are some sellers experiencing excellent sales and just as many with zero sales? You know, that is a question I've been trying to figure out. When I am looking at like best match, just like the little test I did earlier and how the hustle couple was trying to figure out how the hell do you stay on those first pages on best match? Because I can't figure that one out. The only conclusion I've come to is that they are giving that to the new sellers. Because if you look at a lot of the majority of the 240 on the first page, most of them have very low feedbacks. You'll see a 4,000 and a 5,000 here and there, but to me, that's very low. But most of them, you're going to see 0 feedback, 10 feedback, 12. So it feels like they're just feeding the new people and letting everybody else figure it out on their own. That's the only explanation that I have found thus far with my hours of trying to figure this crap out. Is they're feeding the new people and letting everybody else. I mean, my stuff's not hit until the page 3. I'll have 1 or 2 on first page, 240. I'll have 3 or 4 on page, and we're talking Cardinal baseball hats, where I have about 7 to 8% of what's listed on the eBay website as a whole. So I have 3 or 4 on page 2, and then I'll have a flood of them on page 3. And that's been a consistent thing now for a couple of weeks, I've noticed. Whereas before, I would have 15 to 20 on the first page of 240 because I was promoting them at 15%. And now, if I'm promoting at 15%, I get 1 to 2 if I'm lucky. I'll get 3 to 4 on page 2, and then I'll have a flood of them on page 3. So I think it's... And what's pretty sad is you don't see the amount of sponsored listings on the... At least under that and a few other things I've looked at. It used to be the first 4 spots were sponsored, where now you may get 1. So, you know, top rated means nothing. 22 years means nothing. 99.7% feedback means nothing. That, of course, we know that one. But these other things should mean something, but they don't anymore. It means let them figure it out on themselves. We don't need to help them. That's what it feels like, you know. I follow a lot of large resellers on YouTube and in eBay member groups. Not one of them is having excellent sales. Yeah, the larger sellers, like I said, are being left out to dry. And by larger, that could be 5,000 feedback plus is the way I'm kind of looking at it. Some are getting a few sales, but nothing remotely close to what they normally do. J Lied Flips is the only one I see actually acting like his eBay account is paved with gold and still consistent normal sales. I haven't seen his channel. Or her, or whoever that is. Yeah, a little hard to believe that with just the opposite being reported by majority. Yeah, I mean, you know me. I am constantly trying to figure stuff out to improve not just my store, but your guys' store and your sales and my sales. And I hit the wall when I finally started cross-listing. I'm like, I'm done. I can't put no more mental thought into something that cannot be figured out, because the site is just, not just the site is so messed up, but what's even worse and more messed up is how they're doing it, how they're going about it. They're literally trashing the site and not giving a rat's ass about it. That's what it feels like. That's even more absurd. Like, what? You're a $1 billion company. How is this happening? How? That's the part to me that really has no logic whatsoever to it. So, cross list, then do, list perfectly, whatever you want to use, then do link below. I'm still getting floods of affiliate for the Vendu. Cross listing, and I'm concentrating on cross posting and my other YouTube channels, trying to grow them. Because it gives me something positive to focus on that I see growth from when I do things. eBay used to be, when you change things, you see change. I can promote at 5%, I can promote at 25%. I'm not getting any different results from it. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. I can't get myself wrapped up into this. There's literally nothing else I can do except keep cross-posting, cross-listing my items. Gotta face the music. eBay is dying. What was once a slow death is becoming instant. It's not just dying, they're killing it intentionally. You scare me. That was to a post where I found out about how the search is not working properly and not showing stuff. 90% of my new posts have 0 views on stuff that sells every day, posted for way less than the solds. Yeah, that's been a problem for mine for 95% of the time for the last 2 months plus, I would say, where even me putting up fast-moving, not even higher dollar, but just quick sell-through rate stuff is just sitting. It's not being seen, nothing. And whatever they fed into the algorithm clearly is not working, especially being that you're seeing them backtrack on things like item specifics. This is something they've been pushing for years. Item specifics, add more, item specifics, add more. You must add more. Do just more than the recommended. Do some, or require, do some recommended. Keep adding, do this. And now all of a sudden they're like, well, wait a minute. We went a little too far. Let's take some back. Sellers should form a union and sue eBay. I am surprised. I will not be surprised if a lawsuit pops up here and there. You have to get somebody who's going to be familiar with all the terms of service on eBay, but there's got to be a loophole somewhere, because for them to blatantly obvious destroy the site before things are fixed. I'm still having issues from 2 years ago that I've called in many times in the past 2 years. And that's when you're trying to list, a system error or a server failure won't list it, so you have to try it again and do it again. Listing and ending and selling similar, and now with the items trying to end items, and then not even just ending, but I'm having item specifics disappear and pictures disappear. Because if you watch my some of my cross listing videos, you'll see it. I can't even change the SKU location number to put in like PM, because it's saying that the item has no picture, but yet you see the picture, but you click on it and the picture's gone. The item specifics are erased, and so they're being deleted, and that could be causing some of the problems within a search also. Well, that's different. So now the notifications have changed. Great news, your item S ... will let you know when the buyer pays. Normally it would tell you what you sold. So that's new. It just shows a little picture. You can't tell what it is. Before, it would tell you what just sold and for what price. So that's something brand new as of today. As of yesterday, that was not a thing. So unfortunately, it was just a... This is a cassette tape for $3.77. That's an odd price, being I have no sales on right now. All right, I got it listed for $5.99. How did they buy it for $3.77? Offer to watcher is usually 10%. Maybe it was an offer to watcher when it was on sale. So that would have been $4.19 minus 41. Whoops. That's how I did it. Okay. So somebody just accepted an offer for when I had an item on sale, which was before 5 p.m. last night, and I would have sent an offer at 10%. So that's what that is. Well, at least I know that's an offer to watcher that worked. All right. Last year, I was averaging 15 to 20 sales a week consistently, doing it part-time. Last October, when they did the new item-specific change, I had 0 sales for 3 whole weeks. I had to drastically reduce my prices and promote at a high rate to get any sales going again. This past whole week, I have had only 2 low-dollar sales. This is making me very depressed and behind in all my bills. And I thought of starting a GoFundMe before I end up homeless. I don't want charity. I just want to make sales and make an honest living. That's the stuff that pisses me off with what they're doing. They are playing with people's lives, and they have no remorse or no care at all how many lives they are destroying by doing the shit they're doing. And that pisses me the fuck off. eBay admitting to this has hell froze over. Definitely, they call me a liar every time I say something glitched, frustrating, and not classy. It's been freaking horrible. All I can say is start cross-posting, depending on what you're listing. Obviously, from Macari and Posh are free. You just have to pay for the Vendu or List Perfectly, whatever you use. That's just the thing that's so aggravating. They have no care or no concern about the lives they're destroying. Poshmark David Bowie CD sold for $6. It's sickening. All these big wigs making hundreds of thousands of dollars to make stupid decisions that hurt people. It's sickening. What's even more sickening about it is it's killing their business. That's the part that makes no sense. They're not doing it because it's best for business, because I guarantee you, I would bet my life the next quarter earnings are going to be in the toilet. Unless I am 100% missing something. And if that is the case, I will never speak another. I will speak another negative thing about the damn website if that's the case. It's ridiculous. Get some boxes. Fucking sickening. All right, we got an Italian hat. Sold on Poshmark for $12. Somebody, I can't remember who it was, made a comment that I need to change up my intro. Stop saying 22 years selling on eBay and just say 22 years selling online. Because I'm giving them credit they don't deserve right now. But I think I say it just because trying to keep everyone updated on the problems and issues, at least saying 22 years doing this makes me feel like I kind of know a little bit, maybe just a tad of what I might be talking about 10% of the time. You earned a commission for Vendu. Thank you. I think I'm already at $700 on those. Poshmark volleyball shirt. Sold for $8. Post office is closed today, so it's Invasion Day. The day that the 90% of my DNA killed the 4% of my DNA. I always laughed at my own bad jokes, so. Why did I still got some of those left? I don't know why I didn't just use those. Habit. Oh, we got a checkered hat sold on Posh. Sold for $12. Actually had no Posh sales yesterday either. That was my first blank day of the month, so I was kind of surprised. Ooh. But I've sold one this morning already, at least. Or was it last night? Oh, I'll see in a minute when I get there. It's crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Crazy. Next up on Posh, we've got a Puma jacket. That sold for $20. Humdy. I've been putting in notes when I think about it in my offer to watchers for a little while now, putting, if you're trying to buy this and it doesn't work, let me know. eBay's been having issues. But then after that admission, I'm wondering if people are even seeing the offers that are being sent. The admission of the problem. So we got some Puma soccer shoes sold for $13 on Posh. I just got to make sure these are priority before I put them in these bags. I think the media has been coming back around. The clothes and shoes are still priority. Yeah, that David Bowie CD went ground advantage. So these sold on Posh at 5:09 a.m. So it was today. And we've got some Sperry's. Those sold for $13. Should be the right ones. For some reason, Adrian didn't ship a lot of the, well, there's a lot of the oddball stuff shaped. So, so I think I'm going to leave it for him. Let me go ahead and cancel this because this person bought this on the 29th. And it's $80 and they have not paid yet. So let's cancel this. And this is on the 1st and have not paid. We're going to cancel that. Buyer has not paid. The 1st has not paid. And the 2nd, 0 feedback, has not paid. The 2nd, you got a lot of feedback and you haven't paid? Dude. What's the problem, yo? If there's a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. James, baby. Normally I don't have this many to cancel. Wow. Wow, another one. A lot of people bought on the first and second that have not paid. Normally it's not this bad. And I'll leave a third for one more day. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and ship some of these easier ones, and I'm going to leave the harder stuff for him. So he thinks he got out of it since he had to work today. I'm going to surprise him and leave them for him. Purchase shipping labels. Oh, purchasing these shipping labels, I'm probably going to be in the negative by now. Doing them all on Sunday and Monday as opposed to doing them on Saturday, so probably going to be in the negative for the next 2 days on my payouts. Unless something changes today with sales. We got a pair of Styling Company's women's denim jeans. Most of this stuff sold on Friday that he didn't ship. A couple was the overnight ones, 2 of them since the 5 o'clock last night or whenever. And then some's probably from Saturday. So these sold for $12.60. See, if he would have caught 100% up, I would have only had 2 items to ship this morning. All right. Karen. St. Louis Blues. Hat headed to Louisiana, sold for $7.50. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. $7. Gary. So I've got like on my one channel, the sold business, I've got videos made yesterday. I made all the way through Thursday, I think. I haven't come up with any Dolly Skits lately. We got some Kim Rogers women's pants. This glare is just so annoying. Headed to Fort Myers, Florida, sold for $15. I wonder if something on the phone changed or something. If I hit something, it might change some setting or something. So I'll probably go live today on the live feed lounge. Also, I did a little, and then I've got videos scheduled for Tuesday and Thursday already on that. And then, I got a little 10-minute video I'm going to put up there for like a short work with me style video from a different angle from my phone when I was taking pictures of hats. We've got a Charlie Chaplin Christmas ornament sold for $14, headed to Athens, Georgia. And I set it up where you could kind of see the out my window also. So if like a squirrel comes running by on the fence to get a walnut, you'll be able to see them. I thought of it the last minute, so I set it up and got about 10 minutes worth of footage. So I'll put that up. I'll put that up for later tonight. Shannon. We got a vintage Farm Mutual Insurance cap sold for $5. This thing has been beat and been in my store forever. Nobody's ever bought it, so $5 headed to California. And I thought about just ending and selling similar again on just a huge amount of items, but when I did that like 8,000 and then a day or two later did another 4,000 or 5,000, I didn't really see no change or difference. I'm almost like, well, what's the point? Just another one of those things right now with everything so messed up that, you know, doing that doesn't really have an effect, it appears. So Spirit of St. Louis Airport headed Chesterfield, sold for $6. That's where the airport is, I believe. It's going to somebody who flies a plane out of there. It's a little airport for like people who own their own planes. Chesterfield's a richer area of the Outer Banks of St. Louis. They even have richier names. Alexis. She's got 3 names going on up here. Because you know, when you're rich and classy, you go by more than just 2 names or 1 name. I'm just making it up as I go. REO Speedwagon 45 headed over to Illinois, sold for $4. Robbie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. I love the girl. Who cares who you like? Cool it now. Ooh, watch out. Gonna lose control. Cool it now. We got... Pants have been hot for me lately, huh? 'Tis the season. The fall weather. These are Celebrity Pink women's jeggings. Sold for $14. Headed to California. Oh shit. I messed up on this. I put it on the wrong one. So it's not Bobby, it's Jason. Okay. Whoopsies. All right. Good thing I caught that. This is going to Bobby. Whoops, that one's international. Let me remove that. Forgot to look for international. Didn't expect to have any. That one's international too. All right. 3 more then, and then I'll let him do the rest. We've got a 10-inch vinyl record. Headed to Rhode Island, sold for $13. Alrighty, Sharon. Alright, these two are the ones that did sell overnight. And that's C-17. Headed to Shepherd Air Force Base in Texas. Sold for $15. Going to Cole. And we got the Lake Okoboji, something like that. Headed to Iowa, sold for $9.50. And it looks like that might be an offer to watcher. Normally, the first thing I do in the morning is send offer to watchers, but I didn't this morning. So I'm wondering if I should even worry about it right now. I could just be wasting them. Wasting them and not even knowing. It's bad. It's bad, bad, bad. Well, we're not going to worry about it, James. We're going to cross-post, and we're going to work on videos. Grow the stuff we can grow. Print labels. I do need to get some stuff listed and drafted, though, at least on eBay, so I can pull it over. some newer stuff. So, ooh, let's see where we're gonna run out. When they're really curvy, you know, they're coming to the end. Oh, we made it. I did not forget which end to start on. Brad. Cole. Sharon. Bobby. The almost Bobby, but it's Jason. Alexis. Daniel. Sharon. Sharon? Is Sharon here? Sha'arl? Is Sha'arl here? Sha'arl? Gieri? Is Gieri here? As in Gieri Curl? Is K. Aaron here? K. Aaron? Alright, that is it. Well, we'll see how today goes. I mean, I'm not expecting a damn thing with what's been going on, so I have no clue what the day will bring at this point. So, oh, looks like I just sold something on Bonanza. So that's good. So I'll probably wait till midday, see what sales look like, and then maybe at 2-ish I will, or somewhere in there. Maybe I'll wait later, I don't know. Then put my sales back on, see if anything changes there again. So put everything back the way I know where it did work. You know, those were always my sweet spots with the items I put up, and I always kind of put them up with the intentions of knowing they're going 30% cheaper. So it always kind of fits into my sweet spot. So we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, thanks everybody. Hope your day is better than my yesterday, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.